Hey guys, it's Scarlett here with Arcane Alchemy. I hope you're doing well. If you are new to my channel, I post weekly videos about tarot, paganism, and wellness. And for this video, I am jumping on the bandwagon when it comes to the Marie Kondo decluttering obsession that is taking hold here in America and beyond. I don't know if you are familiar with Marie Kondo and her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. There's also a Netflix special out right now, but I first heard about her method maybe like 6 months ago. And I finally got a hold of the book and I finished it a couple days ago, and I have been going through my entire home and really working hard at decluttering, reorganizing, and that brings me to today's video because one of the steps in her decluttering method, known as the Konmari method, is what's called komono, or miscellaneous. And that's basically a lot of different things in your home can fall into that category. And one thing that falls into that category for me would be my tarot collection and all of my other witchy and pagan items. And I have a pretty sizable collection of various things: candles, incense, herbs, tarot decks that I no longer use, just a whole bunch of different items that are in my closet or in my bookshelf, scattered throughout my apartment. And you know, it was time to kind of bring all of that together, go through it, get rid of what no longer brings me joy, and also get together a collection of items that I can give away for my next giveaway that I will be doing in February. It was kind of a fun experience. It was a bit overwhelming how much I had collected, I guess you could say, over the years. And one of the things that I've been working on just for myself is a movement more towards minimalism. And that's in all areas of my life. So I've been working on, you know, decluttering my closet, being more conscious of the items I purchase. I've been working on digital minimalism. I'm trying to clean up my email inbox and things like that. So the minimalism journey for me started about 6 months ago, I would say, and I've really seen a lot of positive benefits in my life from it so far. And now that I've, you know, am mildly obsessed with this book and have been going through my apartment and getting rid of things that no longer spark joy, I definitely feel a more sense of calm in my day-to-day life, especially as someone who works from home. It's really been helpful having a more clutter-free space. It's been very refreshing going through this cleaning process. And another thing is I want to be more intentional when it comes to the items that I use for my own spiritual practice, that I use for my own tarot practice, for me, I think I'd rather purchase decks that I know I'm going to be using long term, as opposed to decks that might have like a fun theme but aren't something I'm going to gain a lot of personal spiritual benefit out of. Another thing I've been thinking about a lot lately, and this might be a topic that I discuss in a future video, is, you know, I have been getting interested into crystals, and I just have a pretty small collection so far, but I've done a little research, and some of the human rights issues around the mining of crystals is pretty bleak. And I think what I'm going to do now, as I, you know, slowly grow my collection, is try to be more conscious about where those items are coming from, and trying to source them in a more sustainable and humane way. And similarly, when it comes to kind of like witchy things that I might have, I'm going to try and stay away from mass-produced things made in China and try and move towards homemade items and things I can find on Etsy to support the local community. So those are two kind of goals that I'm setting for myself when it comes to consumerism and the facet of consumerism within this kind of spirituality space. And in general too, you know, a lot of people, they might kind of look at spells and rituals and things like that, and I'm definitely guilty of being mesmerized by all of the cool stuff, right? Because you see someone perform a ritual and there's all these cool candles and incense and ritual items, and sometimes when you get too caught up in the material, you forget the immaterial aspect or the spiritual component. So paring down my own ritual items, I think it's going to help me in the long term connect back in with the purpose behind any like full moon ritual that I might do or something like that. So those are some of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately. And I hope you enjoyed this video about my KonMari decluttering process. If you have read this book, or if you are also going through the KonMari method yourself, I'd love to hear your thoughts. We're pretty much snowed in here in Chicago, so I'm not doing much other than staying in while the temperatures drop. So I'd love to hear all of your comments and your thoughts about when it comes to decluttering your space, and potentially even decluttering your own pagan, witchy, or tarot items. How do you go about it? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.